Hi, kids. Hi, folks. This is Norm again. No matter how hard you push, sometimes the wind wins. I was driving home the other night listening to music when the song Against the Wind by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band came on. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. I love this song, mainly because it reminds me of a very specific time in my life. I was 21 years old. I was drifting. I had no idea what I wanted to do, who I wanted to be, where I wanted to go. But I had one thing that I really enjoyed doing, and that was riding my bicycle. So I got this plan to ride my bicycle from Wichita, Kansas to Dallas, Texas, and back. And the way I would train would be to get up in the morning and test the wind to see which direction it would go, and then let it push me as far as I could go. And only after I could go no further would I turn around and fight against the wind to get back home. So you see, fighting against the wind literally became my training plan. I made that trip. I did, all the way from Wichita to Dallas and back. It was a little bit scary at times. One night I had to sleep in an abandoned car while a tornado passed over. One night I had to ask a priest to let me sleep in the church because it rained so hard that my tent got flooded. But I made it through the mountains in southern Oklahoma, made it through some blistering heat. And I'm pretty proud of that. But I also have to tell you the other side of the story. You see, the truth is, about 30 or 40 miles from Wichita, I was out of money, I was out of food, I was out of water, I was completely exhausted. So I found a gas station, I called my sister, said, "Hey, you're gonna have to come get me. I'm done, I'm tired, I can't make it." And thankfully she did. Now, I don't usually lead with that. And because it's easier to say, well, I just made it all the way. I did the whole trip. But now there are two ways to really look at that story. One way is to say, I rode roughly 400 miles on a bicycle by myself. I pushed through the wind, the heat, the mountains. I did something that most people will never attempt. And the other way to say is that I failed. I didn't quite make it. I quit. And if I'm being honest, that's also true. But here's what I've learned over the years. You can be proud of what you've accomplished, even if you don't make the whole distance. Sometimes doing your best looks like knowing when you've reached your limit. You can push hard. You can fight the wind. You can give it everything you've got, and sometimes the wind, it still wins. That doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means that you're human and life is hard. It always feels like something is pushing against us, slowing us down, trying to knock us backward. But we still move forward. We still try. We still show up to do the best we can with what we have that day. And that's where grace comes in. If you can look at the mirror at the end of the day and say, I did my best, then it's okay to give yourself a little grace. Grace to rest, grace to regroup, grace to try again tomorrow. Maybe even a little grace to try something different. Because life is hard. There's no getting around that. Everyone struggles. We're all fighting the wind in our own way. So keep pushing when you can. And when you can't, that's okay too. Be proud of how far you've come. Be kind to yourself. And give yourself a little grace. All right? Love you guys. See you next time.